Okay. All right, guys. Very good evening and welcome back to C2C Mentors. By the way, today we're gonna talk about one of the hidden gem under Snap exam, and this hidden gem is called as SIOM. So मैं finally SIOM के बच्चों को लेके आया and जो मैंने वीडियो डाली थी hidden gem SIOM करके कुछ दिनों पहले उसके बाद काफी ट्रैक्शन आया एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल नाउ वांट टू नो कि भाई एसआईएम क्या टाइप का बी स्कूल है. So they are very much specialized in operations management, very well taken by industry, very well perceived by the industry. Great curriculum, great companies on the campus. I think जैसे जैसे इन बच्चों से बात होगी आप लोगों को पता चलेगा that how great is the B school. So guys, Kritika, Pushti, Vaibhav, Utkarsh and Aditya, thank you so very much for joining me today on this platform. सबसे पहले बात करते हैं SIOM के बारे में, राइट? क्या बी स्कूल है, कितना पुराना है, क्या प्रोग्राम्स है ना? एंड थोड़ा बहुत अगर आप अपने बारे में भी बता दो तो आई थिंक दैट विल बी ग्रेट. एंड जिन जिन बच्चों ने ज्वाइन करा है यूट्यूब पे, गाइस एक बारी लाइक हिट कर देना प्लीज. ओवर टू यू गाइस. Yeah, ladies first. Kritika or Pushti, you guys can go ahead. Not a problem. Don't worry. Just shoot.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm Kritika and I am one of the freshers in this institute. I come from a biotechnology background, but I chose operations and supply chain because it fascinated me, and my father is also in the same industry. So whenever he used to talk about it, and it gave me a lot of interest, so I tried pursuing this. I am a second year in this institute. Thanks.
Hello everyone, myself Pushti Yadav. I am from the first year of SIOM. I have completed my BTech in Information and Communication Technology. Choosing SIOM for operation management was my passion. So we know that nowadays industries need people who are proficient in technical as well as managerial skills. So choosing MBA is the right option for you if you are going for being industry ready. Thank you.
Okay. Vaibhav?
Yeah. Thank you, Ketan, for having this. Hello, audience. So my name is Vaibhav Patil, and I'm right now into the second year of my MBA, and I belong to the Operations Management core program. And prior to MBA, I have around 4 years of work experience, mainly into IT consulting. So I've worked into the firms like KPMG and Infosys prior to my MBA. And yes, right now I'm into the second year of my MBA, and yes, so far it's so good. You will get to know about SIOM and what SIOM offers and what lies in once we go ahead in the session. Thank you.
Utkarsh?
Hi, thank you, Ketan. So, hello all, this is Utkarsh Vibhor. So, I am a second year student from the background of MBA in Agri Operations Management at SIOM. And prior to my MBA, I have been associated with the sectors like brewery, HoReCa, and IT sector in the regulatory and compliance domain for food. So, 2 years currently at SIOM has been very enthusiastic for me. I'm looking forward to more such outcomes in the future.
Aditya?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Aditya. I come from the second year of Agri Operations Management. I've done my BTech in food technology. Post that, I worked in the food manufacturing sector. After that, I had the desire to work on my own startup. So I've worked on the supply chain aspect of the startup of my own for 3 long years. And then with the intention of making the agriculture sector more organized and contribute my expertise into it, I've come for an agri operations management course at SIOM. Looking forward to interact with you all in a more depth. Thank you.
All right, cool. So now let's go back to the main question. That tell us something about SIOM. How's life, and why it's so good at operations. Whatever you guys do, you guys are great at it. Like why somebody should be joining SIOM. Give us a little idea about it.
Okay, Ketan. So I would first describe how old is SIOM. And so SIOM was established in year 2005 with an idea of having a college for the operations management and supply chain program, exclusively for the supply chain program. And
Okay.
yeah, so it was founded in 2005, and it was the premier institute among the symbiosis fraternity who was catering just to the operations and supply chain course. And
Right.
earlier to SIOM, we just had NITI as a college offering operations and supply chain as a niche program. And but right now, if you see in India, we are the only college offering operations and management as a niche program, because NITI got transferred into IIM Mumbai, and it has got an entry or leeway into the other programs as well. So right now, SIOM is the only college in India offering operations supply chain as a niche program. And what students can expect. So although we are a niche institute offering operations as a curriculum, but it is not entirely operations, I would say. We have
Okay.
mix of all subjects. So even we have marketing as a subject, finance as a subject, and apart from that, even organizational behavior, human resources. So we have blend of all. So I can say we are jack of all and master of one. That is operations management.
Okay, so you guys don't have any specialization in the second year, like finance हो गया, marketing हो गया, HR हो गया, या फिर just operations management predominantly, like ऐसा कुछ है या फिर how is it?
Yeah, so it's just operations management right from the beginning, right from the
Got it.
first year. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
And the
That's
same,
actually,
yeah. And the same is replicated to the agri operations course as well, which was founded in 2022. So I guess,
fairly new.
yeah.
Okay. So, acha, so then another question that I will pick up for the OM. Once we get the OM done, we'll move to the AOM. So you guys are like predominantly operations management from day one itself, and pura curriculum operations pe hi chalta hai, which is fantastic, by the way. Second thing I want to ask, a lot of people are talking about, yaar, this college is only for engineers. So can you put some light on that? I know OM is only for engineers, but can you give us a batch diversity, gender diversity, and batch ka academic diversity?
Yes, Kritika will take it ahead. Kritika, can you just share the screen?
Yeah, so actually, in our senior batch, the girls make up to about 15% of the class, and in the following, that is the current batch, the percentage has increased about 21%. So this trend reflects the gradual increase in the number of women entering the industry as well. And as opportunities continue to grow over time, we're seeing a positive shift towards a greater gender diversity. When we come to the batch profile, so for the 23-25 batch, we have about 25% freshers and 75% laterals. And the functional area of expertise that we see is we have about 30% from operations and supply chain itself, whereas we have 30% from ITITS. Then we have about 10% from product and project management. We have some from sales marketing. We have some from consulting. And the average work ex for the average age of our students is about 25 years. And the average work ex is about 20 months. So I think, and our core competencies when we come to the curriculum is that we have SAP, we have Grant Thornton, we have Apex, we have Capstone Business Simulations, we have Harvard Business Review, and we have International Exchange. And talking about some previous work organizations that our students come from, we have Accenture, Amazon, Panasonic, we have TCS, we have Vivo, we have KPMG, we have Vaibhav here from KPMG, we have Byju's as well. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Kritika, one question for you. When you talk about the Grant Thornton thing, the Six Sigma thing, right? All these are certifications that you guys have to go through, or like, is it like separate than the curriculum, or is it a part of your curriculum?
It is a part of our curriculum. In the first year, we have Six Sigma Green Belt, and in the second year, we have black belt for Six Sigma.
Nice. I think anybody who's sitting with you has to go on mute ताकि echo ना आए. ठीक है. So I think ये बहुत बड़ी बात है. ये मैं बहुत साल से कह रहा हूँ वीडियोस में भी मेरे कि SIOM की जो एक क्वालिटी मुझे दिखती है कि उनके जो सर्टिफिकेशंस है वो उनके करिकुलम से बहुत ज्यादा अलाइंड है. तो यार एक बच्चा जब रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए बैठता है वो कंपनी देखी लाइक विल बी हैप्पी कि यार ऑलरेडी सब कुछ करके आया है. And even for that matter, even if you go for lateral line eventually market में, I think these certifications will add a lot of value to you. So I think that's the best thing. Moving on to AOM, right? For the fact it's a fairly new program, पहले तो मैं जानना चाहूंगा कि इंडिया में एग्री बिजनेस के बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स हैं, जैसे अहमदाबाद का हो गया, उत्कर्ष ने देखा होगा, आदित्य को भी पता होगा, अहमदाबाद हो गया, आई एम अहमदाबाद का हो गया, लखनऊ का भी एक प्रोग्राम है, फिर अपने SIIB में भी एक प्रोग्राम है, फिर SABM नागपुर में भी एक प्रोग्राम है। बट आपका प्रोग्राम एग्री बिजनेस करके नहीं आता, आपका प्रोग्राम आता है एग्रीकल्चरल ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट। तो आप थोड़ा ये मुझे बता दीजिएगा कि वो एग्रीकल्चरल ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट कैसे होता है।
So, see, it's like, so talking about agriculture operations. So, taking ahead the legacy of operations management, we started off in 2022, and currently this is the third batch is going on. We have a very structured curriculum that is designed. We also learn about finance. We also learn about operations. We learn about supply chain. The major parameter that agriculture is lacking in is the organized supply chain or the fragmented supply chain that we have in, specifically talking about India. So, the other courses that the other organizations or institutes are offering is a very, basic ABM, agri-business management, which covers all the aspects of the agriculture. But, it does not cater to specific nodes of the agriculture that we study here. We also have vertical farming as a subject here. We also have, specific precision agriculture techniques that guest lectures come in and talk about. So this is how it separates SIOM's AOM program from the ABM programs that are being offered in the other institutes.
Okay, so Aditya and Utkarsh, kindly give us an idea. So see, एग्री का प्रोग्राम्स है मार्केट में, नो डाउट अबाउट दैट, राइट? एंड वो सब चीजें पढ़ाते हैं एग्री के बारे में, एंड आई एम वेरी श्योर वहां पे भी गेस्ट लेक्चरर्स होते हैं, एग्री के दिग्गज वहां पे भी आते हैं. Keeping everything aside, fast forward to AOM only. I would love to understand, because I'm not your background, because I don't come from agri background, but I am really interested to know कि अगर मेरे पास एक FABM है या फिर ABM है और मेरे पास अगर AOM है, ऐसा क्या सेपरेट है एज अ स्टूडेंट जो मुझे सीखने मिलेगा एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोग्राम में आपके, जो मुझे इंडस्ट्री में भी काम आएगा? नंबर 1. नंबर 2, कि अगर मैं एक ABM प्रोग्राम ना जाऊं और अगर मैं AOM को ऑप्ट करूं तो मैं क्यों करूं? व्हाट इज सो special about it?
Absolutely, sir. So, talking about both the questions that you had. So, I'll answer the first part initially. So, talking about the difference between all the courses that have been in the market, considering the ABM, FABM, and Agri-OM as a whole. So, how Agri-OM differentiates with other courses is majorly with the niche highlight that it has regarding the agri domain, with the inculcation of the operations management domain into it. So, as Kritika also mentioned, the Six Sigma certification that we happen to have enables us the like imbibing us with the operational mindset that we could impart in the agri domain knowledge. And as a whole, agri operations, helps in understanding the core of the industry, wherein from top to bottom you get to understand how the entire organization works altogether. And this is how it differentiates from other courses. Moving on to the second question that you had. So, as an agri operation graduate, like MBA graduate, so majorly not just the Grant Thornton Six Sigma certification helps us, but also the analytics courses that we happen to have in the curriculum. So it is not just specific towards the agri courses that Aditya just mentioned. We happen to have certain operational courses, analytics courses like advanced data decision making, intermediate and advanced Excel for that matter. Then certain desktop and dashboard management courses like with the Power BI association and all. So with that, it is a future perspective that we tend to follow with regard to agri operations, and we are just making agri entrepreneurs, rather agri managers, for the future ready scenario.
That's cool. That's cool. So one follow-up question on this. So let's say I know a lot of students of mine who have done their MBA like FABM from Ahmedabad and Lucknow, right? And they went on to join, let's say, FMCG. But that's still okay. But some of them went on to join ICICI Bank and doing some rural stuff, something in banking and all that. तो ये कुछ ऐसा पॉसिबल होगा AOM में कि अगर मैं एग्री ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट करता हूँ, कैन आई गेट इनटू BFSI और बैंकिंग और एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा? क्या ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेंगी मुझे एज अ स्टूडेंट?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Like
अच्छा.
being from the MBA in agri operations domain, it opens wide range of avenues for us, both for BFSI, for consultancy, for IT sector, because the current boom in the agri domain is not just limited to one particular sector altogether. It's diversifying. It's pretty much unorganized that it could just enter and boom in any market whatsoever. So we have roles in the BFSI domain with banks, top national banks, with RBI, many as such, who help the rural farmers for that matter. Then also certain integration programs working with the national government for the rural upliftment, development, etc. Because agri, again, as we know, majorly contributes towards the GDP of the country. So there's nothing stopping it altogether.
Okay, cool. Now, my one follow-up question on this for AOM, Agri Operations Management, to Utkarsh and Aditya. कौन से टाइप के बच्चों ने AOM के लिए अप्लाई करना चाहिए एंड किसने AOM के लिए अप्लाई नहीं करना चाहिए?
See, AOM as OM is very specific niche only for engineers. AOM is open to all people who have their core interest in agriculture. Coming from BCom backgrounds, coming from BSc agriculture background, people who come from, like me and Utkarsh, both we've done our BTech in food technology. So even food technocrats, biotechnologists, people who have done their other specializations in the undergrads, they can also join agri operations. It's open for all. And talking about who should not join is, see, as operations is specifically limited for engineers, agri operations is open, so everyone can come and try and test their hands in the upliftment of the agriculture.
Okay. And I think non-engineers and engineers both are allowed in AOM. Whereas in OM, it's only engineers, if I'm not wrong, right? Fantastic. But again, guys, those who are looking at SIOM, right? भले आप engineer हो या फिर अगर आप non-engineer हो और अगर आपको SIOM में जाना है, तो आप OM प्रोग्राम के लिए जा सकते हैं अगर आप eligible हो तो non-engineer तो नहीं जा सकते. But for example, if you're an engineer or non-engineer, anything, and you want to go for AOM, so AOM cannot be a backdoor entry for the OM program. तो जैसे अहमदाबाद में होता है, बाकी कॉलेजेस में होता है, लोगों को लगता है कि चलो मैं तो चले जाऊंगा ना FABM में, टैग तो मुझे अहमदाबाद का मिलेगा, पर प्लेसमेंट्स इनकी अलग-अलग होती है. So I really want Vaibhav and if anybody else, because Vaibhav is from the Placecom by the way, so if you can categorically cover this question कि बॉस आना है तो आओ पर हमारे प्लेसमेंट में मत बैठो. Yeah, Vaibhav.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, Ketan, you're right. So although OM and AOM fall under the gamut of SIOM, but we operate very differently when it comes to placements. So Agri Operations has a different placement cell catering to those companies to which they have the relevant roles in. And Operations Management has a different ballgame altogether, wherein we cater to the companies ranging from manufacturing, fast-moving consumer goods, and consulting, IT, BFSI. So we have around 5 to 6 sectors open for us, and yeah, so that's how we operate. So you are right. So once we are targeting Agri Operations Management, so you can you don't have that idea of like a backdoor entry. You can get into the Operations Management placements, and so we don't have any overlapping companies as such as of now.
Okay, cool है. And guys, वो लोग यहाँ पे आए हैं, they are giving their precious time. यार सेशन को लाइक कर दो आप लोग. Now, my question to you guys, predominantly Kritika. Kritika यार SIOM में तो बहुत ज़्यादा वर्किंग्स वाले बच्चे हैं, है ना? आप एक fresher हो, if I'm not wrong. So how do you cope with it? And even if anybody else want to add to this, please let me know. Yeah, Kritika, go ahead, please.
So I think Pushti can also add because she's also one of the freshers from her batch. But
Okay.
answering for myself, of course, being a fresher can sometimes be a challenge because there can be some industry insights that are being shared in the class. But the faculties that we have are very supportive, and the curriculum for operations management is started from the basics. So in first year, we had operations planning and scheduling, and then so that is one of the basic subjects that we have in which he teaches us about everything. And then one of the subjects that we have this year is just like a predecessor for that subject. So I think when they start from the basics, we don't have an issue in understanding any of the subjects. And of course, we have our peers who can help us. We have our faculties who can help us. We also have a lot of guest lectures, which so I am a part of the guest lecture committee, and I see our job as, of course, bridging the gap between the industry and academia. So when we have industry experts over, the jargons that we use, the technical terms that they use, and the industry experience that they share is very enlightening for us who have never been a part of the industry. So I think that also helps us a lot.
Okay. Pushti, anything from your side?
Yes. So, Ketan, speaking about fresher taking decision to choose SIOM, sometimes freshers get a second thought that why should we go for SIOM? But there is no need to worry, because here we have a very strong academic where students get a better chance to go through the technical terms. Also, as Kritika mentions, we have a guest lecture committee, alumni committee. So I basically belong to the alumni relations committee, where we try, and this is a very great platform where you get a chance to interact with experts. You get a chance to interact with the industry leaders. They can give you a best knowledge to step into the field of supply chain management. So there is no need to worry for freshers if they are going to choose for SIOM.
Fantastic. Now let's get back to the $1 billion question, which is how are the placements here? Like अगर मैं OM के बारे में बात करूँ, AOM पे भी आएंगे हम, आदित्य and उत्कर्ष, मैं आपसे भी बात करूंगा. But would love to understand placements of OM. And by the way, बहुत सारे बच्चों को ये शायद से पता नहीं होगा, भाई यहाँ पे मैकेंसी आती है. ये लास्ट ईयर मैंने वीडियो बनाई थी, उसके पहले मैंने वीडियो बनाई थी, तब जाके बच्चे, एंड गाइस आई एम टेलिंग यू, व्हेन आई put that video, I think 3 days before the forms closing, I think January में, people went crazy. They're like, sir, ये genuine है, ये real है, legit है. बोला हाँ भाई आती है कैंपस पे, there are people जिनको SIP वगैरह मिला है. I also know couple of them. And then उसके बाद इंटरेस्ट बहुत ज्यादा आया. So I really want you guys to tell us, मैकेंसी अगर कैंपस पे आती है, क्या प्रोफाइल है, along with मैकेंसी बाकी कौन सी बड़े बड़े ब्रांड्स आपके कैंपस पे आते हैं, because that's what people would love to know.
Sure, Ketan. So yes, that's true. McKinsey comes to the campus, and whatever you could see on the website, the placements report, so the entire reports, be it the final placements reports or internship reports, both the reports are audited. So once it gets audited, then only it goes to the website. So you can 100% trust the figures that we have put on the website. And coming to the placements, so our highest CTC for the last year stands at around 30 LPA for the operations management batch, and the average is around 14.5 LPA. And if I segregate it further into the top 10%, it's around 21.70 LPA. For top 25%, it's 18.25 LPA. For and that's about it. So the big brands that we cater to or that come to the SIOM for placement, so McKinsey is again one of them. Then we have Pidilite, and we when it comes to consulting, we host almost all the big fours for the placements for both SIPs as well as final placements. And in FMCG sector, we have McCain as well as General Mills as the major recruiters. And so again in manufacturing, we have Signify, Pidilite, and Texas Instruments. And you could see many more brands coming in this year, which would be reflected in the next year's placement report. So that is yet to go live.
Yeah. Vaibhav, a question just popped in my mind. A lot of people are workex actually campus पे. तो let's say अगर कोई कंसल्ट आता है या फिर बिग फोर आता है, तो फॉर द फैक्ट वर्केक्स है किसी का 3, 3.5, 4 साल का, तो उसको कुछ ज्यादा पैकेज मिलता है या फिर 1 या 2 डेजिग्नेशन ऊपर मिलता है उनके हायरार्की में, ऐसा कुछ होता है या फिर इट्स एवरीबडी गेट्स प्लेस्ड एट द सेम लेवल?
Generally, it's not about the designation, but if you have a workex, then certain the CTC gets some factor, or we can say some add-on factor is there for the CTC that they add for each year of experience you possess. And I won't say that experienced guys have a certain age. Yes, when it comes to CTC, a certain amounts gets added. So that is certainly an age over the freshers. But even for the freshers, so SIOM has designed the program such that even freshers get a gist of operations management before they sit for the placement. So we have something like PBL, project-based learning and live projects. So Nashik as a city hosts so many of the auto ancillaries. So we have plants of Mahindra, Tata Motors, etc. So you could see many small and medium enterprises around Nashik. So our students go to those enterprises and perform projects in operations management, be it implementing lean management principles or whatnot. So they get a gist of operations management in PBL and live projects, which helps them to get a spike in their resume for the final placements. So yes,
Nice.
certainly for your question, experienced guys get a certain age where it comes to CTC. A certain factor gets add on for the particular
Got it.
companies. Not every company does that.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, Weber, for that. I think
But yes, certain companies do that.
ठीक है, I'm sorry, आपकी आवाज थोड़ी कट गई थी वहां पे. Now coming back to AOM, उत्कर्ष and Aditya, मैंने देखा था आपका प्लेसमेंट रिपोर्ट लास्ट ईयर का एंड कुछ इंटरनेशनल प्लेसमेंट्स वगैरह हुई है यार, अफ्रीका में प्लेसमेंट्स मिली है, तो थोड़ा प्लेसमेंट्स के बारे में बता दो AOM के.
Sure, Ketan. So, talking about the placements at SIOM for the MBA in Agri Operations batch. So, we have been doing remarkably, knowing the fact that this is just a 3-year-old baby under the gamut of MBA in Operations Management, following the same umbrella and legacy for the same. So, as per the stats, obviously it's on the website, and we were able to bag the international placement in the very first year of our full-time placements in Africa location. So, domestically, we stood at the highest CTC of 6 lakhs per annum, which was remarkably good, knowing that it was the very first batch to pass out into the market. Along with that, for the international one, domestically, it ranked up to 8.66 as the highest placement. And we have been having companies such as Hyperpaper, Zomato, few logistic companies like Delivery, few agri input and agri food and vegetable companies like PI Industries, RK Foodland coming into the market so as to hire the students. So slowly and steadily, it has been growing, and we look forward to more such opportunities in the future.
No, I'm very sure AOM अच्छा कर लेगा because it's a great brand, SIOM as a brand. So I think AOM will definitely do it अच्छे से. It's just that it will take some time for that number to reach 15, 16, 18, 20 lakh. That's what kids are looking at this time. Aditya, if you have anything to share, you can go ahead. Otherwise, I'll have a forward question.
Yeah. So on the similar lines, of OM, we also have project-based learnings and life projects where students undergo hybrid modes. Also, there are certain companies, like Valence International being one of them, where we got the opportunity to have a hybrid mode of a life project with them. And this year we're doing a project-based learning with them. Project-based learning is a very different concept here, where we get an exemption for 2 different subjects that we have in our curriculum, and we have a gradation for the project-based learning that we do, or the kind of output that we deliver to the organization. On that scale, the project guide gives us a certain gradation, and that's how the students get to learn hands-on experience. And similarly, people who come from non-agri backgrounds, in the very first year, in the first semester, we have introduction to agriculture, we have advances in agriculture. So people who are not even from the agriculture background, they get to know about the in-depth knowledge of agriculture, like say in the introduction to agriculture, right, starting from the soil management to water management, everything is taught. And we have majorly to teach these subjects, we have direct faculties who come in from the reputed organizations. Or say we had last year, I remember a very prominent personality coming in who was a ex-dean of the YCMU, like the Open University. So he was the ex-dean, a professor who has an experience of 30 plus years in the agriculture domain, coming and teaching us the introduction to agriculture and the advances in agriculture. So this is how we have lots of interactions with industry delegates out.
Perfect. Now, one more question from a student perspective. So let's say guys, अभी ये ऐसा live मैंने देखा या फिर किसी ने मेरे वीडियो देखी और उनको पता चला SIOM है, मैकिन्सी आ रहा है, बड़ी कंपनीज आ रही है, और ये होता है, एक एम्बिशन होता है कि यार मुझे मैकिन्सी में चलना है, बिग 4 में चलना है. अब मान लो किसी बच्चे ने देखा यार मैं इंजीनियर हूँ, अब मैं सोच रहा था मैं पहले मार्केटिंग में ले लूं, पर यार ऑपरेशन भी अच्छा लग रहा है, तो क्या मैं SIOM में जाके अगर मैं ऑपरेशंस करता हूँ, तो क्या मुझे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में ज़्यादा जॉब्स मिल सकते हैं या सर्विस सेक्टर में ज़्यादा जॉब्स मिल सकते हैं? So do you guys recommend कि people who are engineer but have nothing to do with operations should be looking out for operations? Like, can you help on that front?
Yeah, Ketan. So it's a very good question. Many of the students who join SIOM or who are aspiring to join SIOM have this question in mind कि अरे मेरा तो mechanical या फिर manufacturing domain से कुछ ज़्यादा relation नहीं है, so whether I should join or not. So as you can see, the composition of the students, around 50% of them are from the mother branches, mechanical, civil, and electrical branches, but other 50% constitute of the IT, comms, biotechnology, and other branches of engineering. And when it comes to placements, the kind of companies that come, so around, I would say roughly a ballpark figure of around 30% are manufacturing companies, but the major
Okay.
chunk of the entire companies are consulting companies and IT service sector companies. So which
Okay.
offers the role of consultant, digital transformation, process excellence, and other kind of roles which are oriented towards the service industry. And even in the manufacturing setup, the roles are mostly in the corporate office, in the corporate, I would say, in the corporate office of the manufacturing company. So you don't have to go on the shop floor and do any shop floor duties as such after the MBA in operations management. And I can very much say that the roles offered in the manufacturing sector are also towards the demand planning, supply planning kind of things, which you can do, which is a desk job, and you don't have to go to the shop floor to do that.
Okay. Fine.
Yes.
Last two questions. One quick one. Cutoff कितनी है SIOM की?
I would say it depends. So it depends upon the background you come from and
Typical MBA
the.
answer.
Yes, but that's a brutal truth, I would say. It depends upon the profile you have. Yes.
True. But एक कुछ नंबर होगा ना आदित्य की, सॉरी वैभव की, चलो सर मतलब 80 पे बोल सकते हैं बच्चों को अप्लाई करने के लिए, 82 पे बोल सकते हैं, या फिर 85 पे 80, बिकॉज सी मुझे लगता है कि 87 इज अ गुड नंबर फॉर SIOM. आई मे बी रॉन्ग, वो थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे होगा, बट आप एक रेंज बता दो ताकि बच्चों को फॉर्म भरने में थोड़ी आसानी हो.
So if you're targeting, or if you can expect the cutoff to be around, I would say 80 percentile.
अच्छा चलो परफेक्ट है.
Yes.
अब फीस कितनी,
Yes.
बच्चे फीस भी पूछ रहे, फीस कितना है? सब कुछ अपना खाना पीना, ट्यूशन वगैरह, हॉस्टल वगैरह, रहना वगैरह, पार्टी वार्टी का छोड़ के सब कुछ, ओनली एकेडमिक वाला. How much is the fees?
So for batch of 23-25, the fees is around 19.5 lakhs for both the
Acha.
years. And you can see the entire structure of the fees, how it is divided into the 4 semesters on the website of SIOM. You can get all the information related to that, ki hostel fees kitna, mess fees kitna, and curriculum, as in academics fees kitna. So entire breakup is there as per the
Perfect.
program and semester.
ठीक है. My last question to you all, and this is very important by the way. ये कोई करता नहीं है, but सिद्धू से में हम करते हैं. So now we have lot of students applying to SNAP exam. Lot of people applying for CAT exam, ZAT exam, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. And I personally know कि SIOM का नाम इंडस्ट्री में बहुत बड़ा है. There is no doubt to it. It's a अलग लेवल का कॉलेज है. जब मैं ऑपरेशंस के लिए बात करता हूँ, अलग लेवल पे रिस्पेक्ट मिलती है इंडस्ट्री में. Now let's say somebody is very much keen and decided कि मेरे को ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट ही करना है, बाकी जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं करना है. Now SIOM उस बच्चे के लिए बहुत अच्छा ऑप्शन है, no doubt about it. But then if I compare SIOM with, let's say, new IIMs or baby IIMs, or let's say non-IIMs like KJ Somaya, IMI, GIM, IMT, इनके ऑपरेशंस वाले प्रोग्राम, आप लोगों ने भी रिसर्च करा होगा आपके टाइम पे, राइट? फिर आपके फ्रेंड्स वगैरह भी वहां पे होंगे. आई एम नॉट सेइंग गिव अस अ परफेक्ट आंसर, बट एटलीस्ट फॉर द फैक्ट यू गाइस आर देयर, आप अगर थोड़ा बहुत एक आंसर बच्चों को बताओगे तो उनको एक आइडिया लगेगा. Again, it's up to you if you want to take this question or you want to pass it. It's all up to you.
No, definitely we'll take it. So if you compare the OM program across the colleges which have other programs as well, and exclusively the OM program offered by SIOM as an institute. So the one major difference that I found while I was doing my fact check before joining SIOM was the kind of roles that alumni of SIOMs work in. So if you go to LinkedIn and the LinkedIn page of SIOM, and towards the alumni section into the LinkedIn page, you can see where our alums work and the kind of technologies they use. So we have the plethora of companies offering the job roles in the latest technologies like Kinaxis, Blue Yonder, and OMP softwares. So these are some of the relevant, I would say, and major technologies that would be seeing a disruption going ahead. So these kind of roles are offered only in SIOM and at par, I would say, in other big league institutes like IIM Mumbai and other grade institutes. And SIOM is the only, I would say, the institute coming from, as you said, Ketan, like KJ Soma and other baby and new IIMs. So we are definitely ahead of the new IIMs when it comes to placements and other stuff. And we are at par with the baby IIMs, I would say, in terms of placements and the roles offered.
Wow. Somebody just commented, Ankit Sharma said, there are so many students from SIOM. Abhi मैं भी SIOM बोलने लगा यार. There are so many students from SIOM who left IIMs and switched to SIOM to pursue MBA. This is what I wanted to do. Weber, Kritika, Pushti, Utkarsh, and Aditya. This is what I really wanted to do. I wanted you guys to come to the platform and tell people loudly कि boss, देखो हम हैं और हम बड़े हैं. And I'm really happy that this turned out to be really fantastic because I'll tell you, मेरे जो batchmates हैं, जब हम पढ़ाई करते थे, like I am from Symbiosis Arts and Commerce, आप लोगों को पता होगा मेरी story भी. So बहुत सारे जो लोग थे जो operations में काम करते थे, हम जब भी लाइब्रेरी में बैठते थे, like हमारा तो अलग था because मैं नॉन इंजीनियर हूँ, पर वो इंजीनियर्स थे. एंड लाइक डूड ये SIOM करके कॉलेज है, बेस्ट है यार, मतलब अलग ही इनका एक अलग ही स्वैग है. और तब से मैंने सुना ही दिया मुझे कि यार SIOM. फिर मैं इंडस्ट्री में गया, तब भी मैंने SIOM के लोगों को दिखा. तो ये ब्रांड बहुत सॉलिड है. सो गाइस, नाउ यू हैव अनदर ऑप्शन व्हिच इज आई वुड से मच बेटर देन बेबी IIMs एंड एट पार और लिटिल बिट बेटर देन द न्यू IIMs, जहां पे आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो. अगेन कृतिका हो, पुष्टि हो, आदित्य, उत्कर्ष, वैभव, दे ऑल देयर टू हेल्प यू आउट. इनके सोशल हैंडल्स भी रहेंगे, मेरे ख्याल से लिंक्डइन पे होगा, इंस्टाग्राम पे होगा, है ना. सो बिंदास इनको रीच आउट करो एंड इनसे बातें करो, कॉलेज के बारे में और ज्यादा जान लो. एंड इफ यू नीड एनी हेल्प, दे विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी टू हेल्प यू, राइट. आई होप दैट्स फाइन. एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन मैं बच्चों के लिए पूछना चाहता हूँ. अब SIOM अपना है नासिक में. बाय द वे, नासिक अभी ऐसा तुम समझो मत कि छोटा मोटा सिटी है, बहुत बड़ा सिटी है और बहुत हैपनिंग हो चुका है अभी. एंड वहां से बाजू में एक ज्योतिर्लिंगा भी है, राइट, 30 किलोमीटर्स पे मेरे ख्याल से. तो हाउस लाइफ इन नासिक? पार्टी वार्टी कर सकते हैं, हैंग आउट कर सकते हैं, चिल मार सकते हैं, या फिर बस कैंपस में ही बैठना होता है? हाउ इज इट? पुणे जैसा है, बॉम्बे जैसा है थोड़ा बहुत?
So, first of all, coming to the weather at Nashik, it's just amazing. I mean, you won't get a better weather than Nashik. Of course, there's a lot to explore in Nashik, and there are a lot of treks around Nashik that you can explore. There's a lot of beauty that you can experience in Nashik in all of the weathers, and of course the life. First of all, we're MBA students, so we don't really get a lot of time, but whenever we get to party, we have some fun we do have because we need to de-stress, of course. But of course, SIOM Nashik, even though it's in Nashik, is one of the best places that you can be.
फैंटास्टिक. बट क्या फर्क, 2 साल वहां पे नासिक में रहना है, बाद में तो पूरी दुनिया हमारे लिए. कोई बॉम्बे चले जाएगा, कोई दिल्ली जाएगा, कोई बैंगलोर जाएगा, कोई हैदराबाद जाएगा, कोई NY, कोई सिंगापुर जाएगा, because that's how the placements are. So cool है guys. I am really thankful कि आप लोग आए, आप लोगों ने समय दिया, and this is just a start. अभी तो हमने बातें करी हैं SIOM के बारे में. We'll get a lot of people from SIOM to talk more about SIOM. So thank you so very much, Kritika, Pushti, Vaibhav, Utkarsh, and Aditya. If there is anything that you want to make a mention, the platform is yours. Please take 2-3 minutes and you can talk about it. If there is anything you want to mention.
So prominently talking about the fee structure about AOM, there is a different fee structure to AOM and than the OM, obviously. So y'all can go through the website. The students can surf on the website, and for OM, it's a specific program which needs to be done from the campus. And for AOM, until the latest batch, we had the leverage of staying outside the campus and coming in, attending classes, and having the access to all the specific amenities that are there in the campus. So that's it. That is what I wanted to make a mention of.
Cool है. Last thing from my side, फॉर्म भर दो अगर ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट करना है, बढ़िया अभी स्कूल है. And by the way, the upcoming program in SIOM, that is Agri Operations Management, हैव अ लुक एट टू इट. काफी प्रॉमिसिंग लग रहा है मुझे. मैं और ज्यादा वीडियोस बनाऊंगा. आई थिंक Utkarsh and Aditya, we should connect one more time, to have some things planned for AOM predominantly. So guys, thank you so very much. Vaibhav, good job yaar, good job done. Kritika, Pushti, thanks a lot guys. Hope to connect with you all very soon. Thank you so very much. Have fun. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, Ketan.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chetan. Bye.